Hi, I'm Deanna and welcome to Spooky Stories from Estes Park. I am a former ghost hunter, an empath, and a psychic medium. So when I went to Estes Park a number of years ago to speak, it was crazy. So here's a few stories. There is Estes Park, the hotel, the big building where you stay, and then on the side they have what's called Concert Hall, where of course they hold dances and concerts, and I've been there to those before. Well, when I went in, I was the very first speaker for this large event, and I went in to set up. The place is quiet, all of the chairs are put out, and I'm standing there looking at this nice big auditorium wondering, wow, this is amazing. And I wonder where the ghosts are. And I didn't think any more about it. And as I began to set up for my talk, I had a slide projector and I had audio equipment. And I felt like there was somebody standing at the back of the hall. So being the first speaker, who knows, maybe they're coming in. Do you need more chairs? Do you like the arrangement? That kind of thing that you usually get asked. And when I turned around, because I'm facing the stage in the concert hall for those of you that have been there, and when I turned around and looked out in the doorway, I thought I saw a man standing there, like a maintenance man, very, like a little bit more on the heavy side. And it was just a dark figure because the light was illuminating him from behind. And I thought, I really don't need anything. And I turned back around and went to rearranging some stuff, getting ready for my talk. And then I heard the door. So I thought, it's too early for people to come in. We have an hour yet. And I went back and there was nobody there, not a soul. And I found out later that apparently there's a maintenance man that is no longer in a physical body that still walks the halls of the concert hall. So it's kind of spooky and wonderful all at the same time to feel that in real time. And, I didn't get tinglies and I wasn't ghost hunting per se. I was just there to talk at a ghost hunting event. And I had an experience when I wasn't even expecting it. So if you go to Estes Park, it's really that simple. You don't have to be there going, I wonder if I'm gonna have an experience, or, where's the ghost, right? It's just a matter of relaxing and enjoying it. And it's kind of weird, wonderful, a little bit creepy all at the same time. So that's my first story for being in Estes Park. My second story when I was in Estes Park, again, it was the time when I went up there. I was an avid ghost hunter at the time, and I'd prepared a slide and an audio show about voice phenomenon for people to see and hear and experience. We had some really large speakers we'd set up so people could actually hear the EVPs. And I had gotten, ready, everything set up, tested the mic, tested, the speakers, and walked to the back. And there is a place in the back where you can walk up to a second story or a balcony. And I kept feeling like there was a woman up there. But this time I actually used my ghost hunting senses. And I could feel her standing up there in the balcony, dressed in about like late 1800s, with the stereotypical fluffy dress and the poofy sleeves and the really cool hat. And I could feel her watching me and looking at me. And I kept saying to her in my mind, can I help you? What do you need? And she didn't say anything. So I thought maybe she was an energy imprint. It's where somebody's been there and they've had a lot of emotions and they just felt stuck, and it's not really a ghost per se, but it's just an imprint of somebody's energy. And needless to say, that's what I thought it was. I thought she might just be standing up there waiting for a big event and whatever, time that she was in. But she actually was a ghost or a disembodied spirit, because as soon as I looked at her, said hello, can I help you, and turned away, then I felt something tap me right on the top of my head. And I looked up at the ceiling. I thought something had fallen, it felt like a little, acorn nut or something had fallen on top of my head or tapped me. There's nothing there, nothing falling from the ceiling, and so I figured it was just her. Anyway, that was kind of fun. And again, I wasn't expecting anything. And when I tuned in, I felt that tap on the top of my head. So that's it for my second ghost story at Estes Park. My third ghost story at Estes Park, you know, being an avid ghost hunter at that time and having a big event up there, and I was the first speaker, I decided to walk around the hotel a little bit because it just, you know, it's like I was already set up, might as well. So I left the concert hall, went over to the main floor of the hotel. And if you've ever been there, there's a small staircase that you can walk up, and they've got big pictures, you know, as you walk up the staircase, and there's pictures of different people. And so I'm standing there, and now I'm expecting to have an experience. I'm like, I'm a medium. I talk to dead people, you know, I have that ability, that gift, you know, and I was actively ghost hunting. So I'm all like, okay, where's the ghost? Are there any here? And at that time, there weren't very many people in the hotel. It was early. It was quiet. You know, people probably still sleeping or trying to sleep. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, you know, in the lobby, just waiting. And there's another room where people had told me they had heard a piano playing, and there was actually nobody playing the piano in there, although there was a piano. So I'm expectant. That's the thing about, you know, weird, creepy stories, you know, real weird, creepy places. You go in there expecting it, you know, and any little thing might set you off. Somebody drops something, a human does, and you're like, you know. But, you know, I just was waiting. I'm like, okay, I'm here. Where are you all at? And there was nothing. So I decided that I would walk up the staircase just a little bit. It's a very short staircase, and I wasn't supposed to go too far because I wasn't a registered guest. And so I walked up a few steps, and I looked at the picture of the person there on the first landing of the staircase. And when I looked really closely, what I noticed was the face in the picture appeared to move. It's like the face was painted here, and when I looked at it, it looked like it moved to the side and came back, although, like behind me, this beautiful painting, nothing in the painting actually moved. So I wondered what it was, and I began to back up a little bit, kind of closed my eyes and refocused, and this time it's like the eyes, the eyeballs in the picture moved, like it was going from looking, or it was painted like this, to looking right at me. And so I began to wonder what that was, used my spidey senses, my mediumship, and tried to contact whatever it was, and the spirit simply moved on. So what was it? Was it a ghost that wanted me to see it with my physical 3D eyes, and it put itself right in front of where a face would be so I could see it? Or was it just an anomaly? Was it a time ripple? I don't know. But what I do know is when I looked at the picture, it did appear as if the picture was looking away from me and then right at me, a little bit on the spooky side. So I hope you enjoy these stories. Have a great day. If you like this video, be sure and click subscribe. It helps support me and it costs you nothing. It's like a subscription for $0. So go ahead and click subscribe. Thank you so much for your support on this channel.